everyone, welcome to Hooray It's Thursday. I think it's the last Thursday of November in 2022. So Christmas is coming fast and I've been making my Christmas cards. I've had classes with Christmas cards. I've got my last Christmas card class this weekend. So hopefully then I can write my Christmas cards and get them on their way. I don't know, is everybody else organised? I don't know that I am. Seems to have sped up and arrived very quickly this year. Okay, so I've just been away for a couple of days, so I've just popped out some of the cards that I've been sort of holding back and thinking I'll show you when I get a chance. And today I'm getting a chance. So I'm playing with Celebrate with tags and the die set that goes with them. One thing that's coming, which I'm really excited about, this one's called Celebrations Tags dies, but any of the new stuff that's starting in January, when they are doing it, they're actually going to make the stamp set and the dies that coordinate with it the same name. It's going to make it so much easier. So I'm going to turn this baby around and we're going to get started, and I'll literally catch on the flip side. Hold on a second. Okay, flipping. Okay, so I have to get the stand ready again because I did actually take it away with me because I had great plans to do a live while I was away, but it didn't happen. And I'll just, so I'm going to play with these. I didn't bring the catalogue over. I should have probably grabbed it, but I actually want to set up my, so I can see what's happening. And that way I can see if anyone comments. Click to expand, it says. Mute. Okay. I'll just grab my catalogue. Because then I can tell you what things are called. So, the Designer Series paper, the Glimmer, it's all from the mini, the July to December mini, which coming up on the 1st, there will be a specials as things start to retire. I'm playing with this packet of, I've got the gold and vanilla satin edge ribbon. I've got the festive pearls. I've only got the gold part of them. Okay, I've got the glimmer paper, and I've actually cut it up. I made mine skinnier so that I cut it up into a pack so that I can, it's easier, more portable. So I've got the gold out of that packet, and then I've got this Lights Aglow Designer Series paper. If anyone watched last week, this would be perfect for the cutting up that 6x6 into the one sheet wonder type cards. Okay, so I'm going to use, there's a piece here that, like, it is Christmas paper, it's pretty Christmas paper, however, I'm going to make a birthday card. Okay, so I've then pulled out, and if I look at the index in the back, the celebration tags are on page 67. Okay, this set here, so you can make little tags. You've got a couple of different, you've got your happy birthday, you've got your Merry Christmas, you're made with love. So you've got pretty much all of your celebrations covered. Let's celebrate you, that could be for graduation, essentially anything. I'm not sure that many people in Australia will use the mitten. It's not really something that we do, especially considering we have such a nice warm summer for Christmas. The balloon, however, I absolutely love the balloon. And you'll notice how there's this, like, I guess it's a vanilla-y coloured shadow around a lot of these shapes. And that is because these shapes have something that can cut them out. So in your tag kit, this is a celebration tag die that goes with it. Okay, it's currently a bundle. All right, it's $98 a bundle. That's the stamp set and the tags. Now, there's a couple of different things. I love the candles. I love the fact that there's a circle, because who doesn't love a stitch circle, seriously? You've got your balloon, and then you've got all of these other little dies. the little snowflakes got features on it as well. That's got a stitched feature, as do the hearts. And so do all of our, like this label tag here's got a stitch feature, this tag here's got a stitched feature. This one's got our holes. But we can do some really cute stuff. This is one that you can make a shaker card with. This one here, and I've actually put this here for a reason. Now you can make, I'll just pull this in. Look at this cute little tag that I've made here. Okay, I've used some of the gold glimmer to cut out my candles. And we've got an abundance of our pearls on there. But with that bow, it's not a real, it's a fake bow, okay? It's just ribbon gathered up, a bit like florists do, ribbon rolled over and over and over and then tied so that you end up with a very full, very pretty bow. But it's a really cute little tag, but I've cut a circle in it. And the reason why I've cut a circle in it is you can put a white piece of cardstock in here or vanilla, because everything in here is vanilla. This circle, this is a almost empty bottle, but this goes on here like so, and it will sit quite nicely if you want to make it a gift. Okay, so I'm actually looking at my screen and it's looking a bit fuzzy there. I'm hoping that I'm in focus for all of you guys. I'm just that my screen's got the sun shining on it in the wrong way. Okay, so you could put a bottle of grog, put a tag on it, write to and from. There is a to and from stamp in here, quite nice font, and that can be your gift. Okay, but so we're going to use the Celebrations Tags bundle, the whole bundle, which is currently $98 for the bundle. And we're going to use the Lights of Glow Design Series paper. Now, the papers, I really love the paper. Do you want to see the whole lot of the paper? Let me just pull this piece out. This is the whole pack. I made a pack for a class recently. So that's the glimmer. That's like a very dark green glimmer. Is so pretty. And then there's a vanilla color, which is also nice. What do they say? Don't eat the yellow snow. But anyway, if you're thinking about Christmas cards. So this is the designer series paper, and this is actually the piece that we're going to use. But you could use this piece as well. It's a matter of picking which one you like the best. All right. And that's what they both look like on the back. Okay, so it's a specialty designer series paper. It's got the foil on one side and then it's just regular on the back. There's one nice one there with Christmas trees, that sort of stuff. Couldn't use that for birthday, but the back you could. Okay, so it depends on what you're looking at doing. I love this piece. That's one of my favorite pieces. These ones here are designed for you to cut straight out, stick them in the middle, put a sentiment in the middle, and boom, you're done. So, and there's a few different shades and a few different colors of that. And that's the other paper that was also in that series. Okay, so that suite, there's actually quite a lot of stuff in that suite, but I'm just going to play with this. And I'm just taking it left field. So I've already prepared. Do you want to see what we're doing? Okay, I'll get you in early. Just put that in there. So I've already prepared a few things. So we've got a birthday card. Okay. And we've got another birthday card. So you can see I used the one that had the stripes or the lines on there, and I have used that paler piece under there. So we're actually going to make this one. I'm going to show you how to do this. Okay. So, because I'm not sure, can you see on the screen this here? It's like a watermark look of the balloons. All right. Okay, so what I'll do to get prepared, that's on our Sahara Sand. The front of our cardstock is, so you can get all of these things out of one piece of cardstock, one piece of designer series paper. So I do like the whole, what's it called? One sheet wonder idea. This one here is cut at 10, so I'm going to cut that one at 10, which is going to give me this piece here. That's cut at 10 by 4.4. Oops, that was the score tool. that's to give me the front of that card. Okay, this one here is the leftover piece, essentially, which I've then put onto here. And then this little piece at the end is what I put onto my tag. All right. So my card is 10.5 centimeters wide. How do I know that? Because it's A4 cut in half, and when you fold it in half, it's just, that's what it is, 10.5 wide. Okay, so there's that piece. Now, I don't know if you noticed, there's some balloons here. I did put some on the inside as well, so I'll show you how I did those. Oh, I don't think I brought my marker over here with me, but that's okay. You'll get the idea. Okay, don't mind my mum being noisy. This is the gold glimmer. It needs to be at least, it's a little bit smaller, so I'm going to go with, because I want to be able to see some of that black, I'm going to go with 9.5. You'll notice I've turned it upside down. The reason why I did that is so it's not so blunt. It doesn't blunt my knife as much. This is approximately just over 5 centimeters or just over 2 inches, depending on what sort of measurements you like. So I'm going to go with just over 4, probably 4.3. Actually, maybe, probably should make it. Yeah, about 4.3, 4.4. It's going to end up a little bit smaller than the other one, just so that it fits on there and has a nice evenish, is that even a word? Even border around the outside. So you can make up the numbers as you go. You just want to make sure that whatever you do on one side, you're doing on the other. Okay? A piece of very vanilla, which is now going to need to be smaller than this piece. And if we do this right, I can just chop it off the end. So that piece there is currently 4.3 or 2 1/4, or 1 3/4. But if I do 3.8, we'll see what it looks like. This trimmer trims so nicely that you can actually put a little piece in and actually trim off quite a, you can trim the slightest slither off if it's not too, if it doesn't look right. But that looks pretty good. Okay, I've got a spare piece of glimmer, but what I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. I like to craft quite frugally, especially when it comes to my specialty papers. I don't like to waste them. And as you can see, once you layer all these pieces up, there's quite a bit of waste. Okay, so, well, not waste as such because they're underneath, but in being quite frugal, where is my balloon hiding? Because it's a birthday, so we need balloons. Or we could use candles, either or. I've still got some washi tape on it from where I was cutting hundreds of balloons for my swaps for on stage. I think I cut it, I made about 30 of them, and there was 3 balloons on each one. I was a bit over looking at balloons after a while, let me tell you. So yeah, okay. I'm not going to need to, I'm not going to stamp the balloons on the outside. I'm actually not going to even stamp the balloons on the inside. I can, which will give me my line, but that might be because I didn't bring my pen in. So what I need to do though is I need to cut some gold balloons. So here's my cut and emboss machine. I might smooth my ink out of the sun there. And pop this baby back in the spot. So by storing my plates like that, they stay quite flat. Okay. Oh, the reflection of the sun off my plates, off my computer screen. So let's pop that on there. One's starting to get a crack in it. I will need to get a new one. Okay, so if I do this correctly, I'll take that washi off. I don't need it on there and it'll get embedded into the... Now, I don't know if anyone else has tried, but glimmer's actually really hard to get stuff to stick to it. And our glue dots stick to it, our dimensionals stick quite nicely to it. The back's fine, it's just the front. The front doesn't play as nicely. But it's just hard. So if we do it right, we can get 2 balloons out of here. And then we've also got an area that we can actually apply adhesive to underneath that will hold everything together for what's going to essentially cover the top of it. And we're going to do the same with our piece that we've got left here. Okay. And because it's the same one, I can only cut them one at a time. So there's lots of, you can use any colours to do this. The ones that I used for on stage for my swap, I used granny apple green. Yes, I did use granny apple green ink, but I also used, come on out, you come. I also used, what was the other one? And I'm going to put that there because I actually can, I want some balloon, just the heads of the balloons. Okay. I actually used granny apple green and gorgeous grape, and then I actually used poppy parade was the other colour. So 3 really nice bright colours. Okay. I want to, might move you over a bit. Yeah. I needed some just plain balloon heads. Okay. This is not going to give me enough because I actually want 3, but that's okay because I do have that other little scrap that's here because I'm not going to make a gift tag. But I am going to be picky and send them through that way because then I can actually get 3 out of this one. But I only need 3. Okay. And through goes this one. Okay. And I think that'll do me for now. You'll get the picture. Okay. Such a beautiful day out there. I've just spent a couple of days up in Port Stephens, and as nice as it is to be home, I could have very easily stayed up there a few more days. It's lovely just to get away at times, isn't it? Okay, so I've got envelopes. I did these up as a pack, so I've got everything that I needed for a class in here. Let's pop the black one to the side. And this one, when you split that in using my bone folder, just make that nice and firm there. Give it quite a nice press down. Now we need, this is our balloon stamp. You'll see that there's quite a big area around the edge of our balloon stamp. You can trim them down. These are your stamps. It doesn't matter. You can actually get an X-Acto knife or a pair of really good scissors and trim them down. We used to have some amazing scissors, but for trimming rubber. But that was back in the days when we actually used to have to cut them ourselves. Now that we get them, they get cut for us. We don't need them. But you can trim this down if you want. Otherwise, you are likely to get a halo. So you do need to be a little bit careful that we don't do that. One way to avoid a halo is to not press so much on your, oh, I think this is going to need some ink. All right, I'll grab some ink and we'll re-ink the Versamark. I will do the Versamark correctly with the correct ink. And for those that watched before, I ended up buying a new garden green. Just grabbing the ink from my stash. It's a shame these have retired. I do love these half stamp cases because they keep everything in there quite nicely. So I've got some Versamark refill. if you do this nice and wet, then you don't need to press so hard and you're less likely to get a halo. Oh, there's a, I don't know who re-inked that one. That was, Versamark's quite thick, but so you do need to squeeze quite a bit, and you can be quite generous with it. All right, so pop some ink on there. The little refill bottles are available in the store as well. Okay. And because I don't have a spoon over here, I'll just use my block. Just massage them in. Massage it into the pad. Now you'll notice these are not the same, made the same as our Stampin' Up basic colour, like our regular colour range, in that you put the lid on and then that's the stamp pad. I actually store mine that way up, so that and the same with my Versamark, the Memento, gets stored upside down. Actually, do I have Memento in here? Because I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be in the same condition and it's going to need some love and attention as well. I just have to make sure I don't swish it with the same side. So yeah, so that keeps the ink on the surface, but it then makes, see how you can almost see it on there now. Okay, and then we're just going to do like so. The wetter the ink pad, the better the image. The less you have to push. If you squelch it in really hard, you'll get ink around here, and that's likely to give you the halo look. And it's not a good look, and because we're actually stamping direct to the card, you potentially don't want to do that. All right, you two sticky beaks. The puppies are on the case. They keep hearing cars and they keep running around like mad. They were so happy to see us when we got back. Okay, so I'm just stamping all over with some of the, with the balloons, and I'm holding it a little bit longer than I would normally, just to get that ink transfer. Okay, it is quite a sticky ink. It does leave a watermark. It is often known as a watermark type ink. It's what we use for our embossing. And we'll do half a balloon there, and maybe half a balloon there. Okay, so it just gives you like a oil slick on there, but in the shape of a balloon. Okay, seal that back up because it's quite warm. I didn't get too carried away here because that is actually where I'm planning on putting all my layers. Okay, so it doesn't really matter. All right, so this little piece here, the Memento, let me just clean off my block because I will re-ink the Memento. I'll just clean the ink off that. My poor chamois has seen better days, but you know what? Still does the job perfectly. I have cut it in half. I do store it in the stamp case because that makes it easy. All right. Ouch. They pinch your fingers if you get them stuck in it. This should have Memento in here. No, that's basic black. And that's subtle brown. My Memento's out. Okay, it's not in there. Well, I guess we're not re-inking the Memento, so let's see what it's like. It's as dry as, because it's so hot and the air is so... Alright, so this is, I'm going to actually pull out the Stamparatus because I can then go over it numerous times. That's potentially already dried on there. Pulling out my Stamparatus, doesn't matter which way round you have it, which way round you use it. And dry. Where is my little bit of paper? You know what? I'm going to clean it off because I'm liable to put it everywhere. If you jam into the corner, you don't need your magnet. My other magnet's somewhere else. If you don't want to jam it into the corner, you will need your magnet. Okay? If you jam it into the corner, then what you find is that it doesn't stamp the image as well. I am going to jam it into the corner. Look, and it was wet. Let's turn you over. Now, I don't know if you noticed on the card, I actually had the happy birthday off to the side a bit. Not crooked though. I want it relatively straight. That looks pretty good. I'm not normally a flight path. Can't see who it is though. Driving home, we're watching the Westpac one fly around. Okay. So, pop that back in there. I did that because the other side's got a mark on it now. See? And I think, yeah, it's going to look dodgy. So I'll go in that way. But the beauty about doing this is then it doesn't matter. Gosh, I hope it's straight. Pretty smidge, but see how it's a bit blotchy? I can keep going over it until I'm happy with how good it looks. Something's happened to my H. In my happy birthday. It's like it's dodgy. I'll have to get a pen onto that. But see how I can make it darker and darker just because I'm stamping in exactly the same spot. It has too. It's got a dodgy H. Now, this is actually the second set that I had of this because the other one was stamped was cut very poorly. So I sent it back and they replaced it. And this one, he's got a funny mark. See? All right. So when we got dodgy stamps, we just send a photo. They'll ask for them to come back so they can have a look at them, and then they'll replace them. So, you know, we don't expect you to hang on to dodgy ones. Okay. So now, what I want to do is I'm going to start to glue these pieces together. So this piece I'm going to adhere. I'm going to adhere this piece to this piece with my holes. Don't mind my holes. Actually, let's use tape. Just because that'll sort of work well with the holes there. I love the tear tape. You can just, it's exactly what it is. A couple of my ladies like to use their scissors, but you don't need to use scissors. Super duper strong, especially on boxes and stuff like that. But it's not forgiving. You get one chance to put it down. Okay, just saying. All right. I can see that someone else is watching me. I don't know who it is though. They haven't made their presence known. Okay. It's such a beautiful day out there. Anyone that's not, that's got a swimming pool or anything like that will probably be slouching around it. let me tell you, because it's so beautiful. All right. So hold your tongue right so that you get, because you only get one go. So now when I go to put my dimensionals on, I'm going to put them here and here as well, so that that way this gets held onto here and then this doesn't have to stick to it. So what I am going to do now is I am going to put this on. I'll use adhesive, liquid adhesive. Oh, it's nice and runny because it's warm. Less is best of this one. I saw mine upside down. I don't know about you guys. The cup works just as well. Pop this on here. Because of the way that I've cut it, it works perfectly. Can make it work even more perfect just by doing so. And then doing this. And I'm getting a little miss is giving me hand signals and I have no idea what she's on about.
Where's my basket?
And she's not even going to talk to me. I have no idea. Okay.
Bye.
So because we are going to add some balloons, you noticed it's on an angle. Okay. I did that for a reason. We're going to add some balloons. The balloons on the top are added so they're sitting above that, but this balloon here is added before I add this. Okay. Just so that I can give a layered look. Now, I know that one looks dodgy, but as you can see, you can't see it. Okay? The thing is, I actually don't need any of the others, so I can use any of them. So I'm actually going to use this one, and I'm going to pop it here. All right? A little bit of adhesive. Stick it up there. Okay? Because these guys are going to have dimensionals under them. With our ribbon, to get it on the angle, what I've done is I've used my block. My block is a similar size to my piece, so it's going to work quite nicely. Okay? Lots of different ways to tie a ribbon. The bow that I first showed you, is literally the ribbon rolled numerous ways like so, and then another piece tied around the middle to make a bow. Okay? Whereas this one I actually want to pop a bow. This would be an alright card for a bloke. You know, it's pretty, but it's not too over the top pretty. It's like a special occasion birthday, you know, say someone was turning 50 or 60 or like one of the big zeros. All right. You can almost add a number up to the top if you've got some of the number dies or anything like that. Oh, I'm a bit excited. There's new ones coming. New alphabet. It's going to make my scrapbooking pages a little bit different for a little while, especially the first couple. Right, so I just did a normal bow, like I was tying my shoelaces, essentially. Now, because it's around there, in here, please tell me I brought some scissors across to the table. Do you know what? I didn't. Oh, yep, there they are. Right. I always cut, I like to cut my taggy bits, my tails, on a diagonal. Okay? It's neater. You can cut the ribbon while it's on here. If you want to cut it in the middle, just push your bow to the middle there, because then you can actually just slip your snips under here. Okay? Either that or you can slip it off. These aren't very sharp. They've got heaps of adhesive on them. But you'll notice that they're square, whereas my other ones are on the angle. So if you're having trouble remembering who was where, you know that your tails are on an angle and your bows are square. Then it's going to be a matter of figuring out where we want it. And this is why I ended up on an angle here, because you can go like so and just wrap it round. But it's nice to have something a little bit different. The thing is, you're going to need to manipulate it, and this is where glue dots are going to become your friend, okay? Because we want, if we're using glue dots, we can actually force it into submission wherever we want. All right? And we can go on whatever angle we want. So essentially, we use a glue dot. You'll find them, they're hard to see at times. All right? But wherever the glue stops, wherever the tape just stops running, that's where your glue dot is. If you put your bow, whichever side up you want, onto your glue dot, pull your glue dot off, it's now on the back of our bow. And then if I stick my bow wherever I want my bow to sit, and then I take the tape and I take the ribbon from there. Now you can use a glue dot for what I'm about to do as well, but I use the tape. And then I just bring that around here like so. And I'll stick it across. Okay? And then I'll grab another little piece for the other side. This one here is going to need to be trimmed because of the way that it's going to sit. All right? Because we don't want it showing out that bottom bit. Oops. You cannot put adhesive on here, it won't stick. Okay, so if you want to use something that sticks, that has to come up. Okay, but that makes it, yeah, it's jammed, doesn't matter. Press refresh for me. Okay. Oh, okay, you didn't need that much aloe vera.
I'm freezing half, and I can use it on my fingertips.
You should see it. I think she's taken a whole plant.
No, I haven't. There's 7 plants up there. You can chill out.
Okay, off you go. All right, now that's going to sit there. So it's sort of wrapped up a bit like a gift. I am actually going to correct that, but I don't. Oh, what have we got here? No, that's a blender pen. Oh, hello, puppies. I'll grab a marker. Okay. So, and that's going to sit there like that. Where are, I saw them a minute ago. I had dimensionals. There they are. That one's only a half packet. Okay. Right. Oh my gosh. So I've refreshed everything, and now I can actually see that everybody's talking to me. Yeah, mail card is great. So I thought you might, oh Vicky, that's stinking hot, but it's beautiful. It's nice to have some heat after all the rain. Okay, yes, I would normally go tone on tone as well, but the Versamark's a bit more subtle. So just popping these in here, it does make a great mail card. So I want to put, I'm definitely going to have 2 dimensionals under here, just because I can, and nothing likes to stick as nicely to the glimmer card. So what I can do here, because I'll need some, I like them on my corners. I'm just going to pull this up. I ended up buying a new take your pick tool, which is over in the box still. But I ended up buying a new take your pick tool because the other one done a runner, and guess what I found? A take your pick tool. Didn't find Cheryl's missing her Winker Stella. It's not hanging out with my take your pick tool though. So I don't know what's going on with my internet. Everything seems to keep freezing. I don't know.
It's the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi is going. As long as the camera doesn't go off for you guys, that's the main thing. Yeah, 36 predicted here on Sunday as well. I'm not looking forward to it one little bit. Okay, must remember to take these off. Okay. This is what I like to take the pick tool for. It just grabs them. Okay. And then so those ones that I put here in the middle are actually going to help support the ones that are on the glimmer, because it seems to peel off the glimmer a little bit, which is not fun. Okay, and then we can sort of just, but it does look like a nice blokey card. And I like to do things into, I don't like to do even, so I normally do odd number cards. Odd cards. I do know odd number cards. I do odd numbers when it comes to the, there's an echo. It's in the back room. And she's naughty. Okay?
Love you. Tell your friends they're cool.
Right, so as long as I stay below the, above this edge with my dimensional, I can just slip that under there. It doesn't need to be anywhere in particular. But we'll just do it like so. Got a little bit of a tail hanging out under there. And that's the front of my card. And that's one card. So I've also added some dots, because some pearls. So our guys like pearls too, you know, got to have some pretties. And again, I like to use odd numbers. So if we can go with 2, 3, oh, not 2, 3, 5, whatever. Bit like confetti all over the place, rather than, so that's 3 up there and 1 there, that's 4, but that's okay. And you'll notice none of them are running together, so nobody's doing the same job. Okay, so that's that outside. Let's do our inside of this card. Now you do have a little strip that was left over from when we were cutting up our piece, and it doesn't fit on there. However, it does fit on here. So you have choice. You can use this as a decoration for the inside of your card, or using our, not our Versamark. Yeah, Vicky, it's hard to imagine, isn't it? Because, like, was it Katoomba had snow last week or something like that, and now we're heading up around the 36, 38 mark. It's just a bit of a worry. All right. Now, I'm really essentially only stamping this for my tails. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter to me, and I'm going to be able to write around this one, that they're all spongy and they're not very, what's the word for it, dark. Okay? However, there's something on that. But I will put one on the front of my envelope. And hopefully it's come out dark enough. Yeah. So envelope's done. Where did I put my lid? Now what I've done here with these guys is that one's ready because I didn't chop its tail. Yee. Getting adhesive everywhere here. Nobody said, yeah, from snow on one side to the you know, it's almost like winter in one. Oh, we're cooking. Oh, it's not stuck down. That's right. Winter one day, summer the next. And look, it doesn't matter. You can do both sides because this one actually is fairly. This piece is fairly. You can get away with saying it's not Christmassy, but it is to me. But you know. And there's another one. So, because all I wanted to do saves me trying to draw those little lines. Because I don't know about you guys, but my drawing, I can draw, but my drawing skills sometimes leave a bit to be desired. Then there's enough room here for you to write your sentiment and your blurb. Dear Joe, happy birthday. Hope you've had a great day. Welcome to another travel around the sun. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah? All right. So, nice, easy, nice, quick card. Something that you can do in a rush. And if you're giving a bottle of grog or something like that to go with it, you can make your tag to go with it, and everything is matchy. So I'm not sure if you saw that earlier on, but there's the tag on my almost empty bottle of grog. But yep, okay. So that's using that one there, and it's the same paper. Okay. All right. So that's that first card. What time are we looking at here? Not bad timing. Okay. And there's that one, and this one is done in a very similar manner. I've just made this piece a little bit bigger because we use the base as our designer series paper base, so that's fine. And I've added extra things, and so it's not a bow. I've actually just tied a knot. So yeah, it's just pretty. And there's I've done some designer series paper down the side of that one. The inside of this one, if I remember correctly, yeah, matches with the designer series paper. Alrighty, so that's the Lights of Glow suite goodies, teamed up with what is in our Christmas catalogue essentially, but covers so many different celebrations. Is our Happy Birthday, our Merry Christmas. It's a very nice font, the Merry Christmas in this one. Made with love. You can chop these up. They actually have a die. This die here, you can use it in that direction for your maid, that direction for your love. All right? So you've got lots of choice in that respect. Okay? But I just love these candles. These two are both different too, by the way. So I'm not sure if you've noticed it. So you do end up with 3 completely different candles. All right? But it's a cute little set. It's a nice bundle. It's around the, if I remember correctly, $98 mark. I'll just pull it back out. We're on page 67 of this one here, the Christmas catalogue, July to December. You'll notice that everything's in the back as our for our index, and they're now in alphabetical order, which is a real bonus. They never used to be. So page 67. So many different things in here. Page 67, there it is there. And look, they've done some Valentine's Day stuff with it. So how cool does that look? You know, and yes, there's some mittens, and I haven't made anything with the mittens myself, but each their own. I've made some stuff with the hearts and whatnot, because the hearts are really pretty. If you add this stamp here to our heart, I'm not sure if you can see it, that gives it, it looks almost like textured. But the other thing you can do is if you if you put the paper through the pattern emboss with a textured embossing folder first and then cut it out, you end up with a really nice shape texture on it as well. Or you can do it the other way around, you know, cut it out first and then shape it. But there is our Happy Birthday card. Look at the difference between the two of them when I've re-inked the Versamark. So that one's actually nice and wet, and that one was getting a bit dry and interesting. So it is a good idea to get your re-inkers handy and get those ink pads nice and juicy. Okay, it was good to catch up with everyone, and yeah, I will catch you all later. As a wave goodbye upside down. All right, see you later.